What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this. What's going on, Randy, Larry, Rosales? What's going on, boys? Eller. All right, well, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We had today's been a good day, it seems like, right? As far as the markets, it really does seem like it's a good day today. Obviously, we had our morning stream. We covered the CPI report as it came out live. And we did, we saw this big, or not, I'm not even going to say big, but we saw a move to the downside because of the CPI report that we're going to cover here in a second. But what's crazy is the markets turned right around as the day continued, and we are currently sitting with Bitcoin right under 71,000 at 70,862 to be exact. So, I mean, we are looking great, guys. We actually recovered faster than I honestly thought we were. And look at this crypto FUD effect going on right now. We just broke 71,100. This isn't a coincidence that the markets are pumping right now. They know we're live. So make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you guys hit that like. Let's see here what's going on. Crypto James Rosales. I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing today, man? Jasmy, what's going on, bro? Jasmy said, hit that like, sub, buy some Jasmy and some NFK. And I think that's a good plan right there. That really is. So, yeah, like I said, Bitcoin right now is looking great. And you know what? For the next, I think this is what my prediction is for the next week, we got some smooth sailings ahead of us, honestly. I think we have smooth sailings ahead of us. Let me just check before I even say anything. What do we have? The FOMC meeting, or FOMC minutes came out earlier, was a big nothing burger. Let's see here. Consumer, retail. We have nothing ahead of us. We got smooth sailings, guys. It's like we just got on our sailboat. The water is smooth, and we know it's just going to be smooth sailings for the next, at least the next week, right? So that is great. That is great. Let's check on our beloved Milady, and let's see how she's reacting today. So you can see Milady earlier, she did drop down to the 18, and this we're zoomed in right now. She dropped down to the 18.6, and that was the bottom for now, for today, as far as Milady. And that's why I always tell you guys, eat those dips up. Eat those dips. Let me zoom out, though. I don't like being so freaking zoomed in on Milady. There we go. So you guys can see, remember earlier in the stream, I was saying, you know what? This was when we were, heading down. I was like, if we are going to continue to go down, I would like to see us bounce, find some support somewhere around the 17.8. And I did say that when we were at this spot right here currently, I was like, you know what? Right now isn't a bad time $2 cost average in. Unfortunately, I completely forgot after we streamed to jump in because I had a busy day ahead of myself. I forgot to freaking buy in. With thinking, you know what, I'll probably have all day today, thinking the markets are going to slowly recover. Well, you can see we have recovered a good bit. I will say right now, still isn't a bad time to buy in, right? Obviously, buying in right here and buying in down here would have been a little bit better. But honestly, right now where we're at, still not a bad time. Let's see from the bottom to where we're at right now. Technically, Milady bounced almost 10% from that bottom. So, you guys can see we're looking good. We're looking good. Troy, what's going on? Milady to the moon. Tim, Crip, what's up? What's going on with the Binance future count? I haven't heard much on it in a bit. I really, it's like it's kind of like fizzled out a little bit as far as what's going on. The last update I did have, and if anybody right now on the channel is able to, obviously us in the States, we can't check, give us an update on what's going on. But the last I saw as of like a few days ago, obviously Milady was number 1 still, but number 2 was creeping up. So we'll see. Hopefully somebody can give us a nice little update, or we can get like a screenshot or something. Rosella said, I buy Solana liquidity. Well, hold on. I buy Solana liquidity 10 times. I hope we hit 210. Oh, nice. Oh, you mean you opened up a you opened up a long? Are you talking about you opened up a long for Solana 10x, Rosales? If you did, bro, I'm very proud of you, bro. I really am. What he's talking about is we covered during he's talking about leverage trading. So this last members only stream, we covered how I use leverage trading. I literally went through what platform I use and how I go about using leverage trading. And I'm very proud, bro, that you jumped in, and getting your feet wet as far as leverage trading. But remember, what the main thing I was saying was just be very careful, right? But a 10x, you obviously listen. That's being very conservative right there. So good job, brother. I hope that plays out really well. It looks like for right now it's going well. So Eduardo, what's going on? Facts. Adam, family. Adam, I think you have the update on the Binance Future contest, right? Can you check and see what's going on with that? Pappy said NFK to Uranus. Fagerio, how come I didn't get a notification? I don't know, bro. People have been saying that like every day. It's like someone new keeps saying that they didn't get the notification. So the only thing I can say, brother, is make sure you're in the Discord. I always give everybody a heads up in the Discord before we go live. And every day around this time we're going to be live as well, so you can always look out for it. Amor, what's going on, bro? Still up over 100K on Milady, so I'm still happy, bro. I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome. Goober said, what's up? Goober said, guys, all right. Bitcoin blasting, that means we are going up too. Adam's going to check that out for us. Overcome, what did I miss? Nothing much, bro. We just started off. I'm literally just trying to catch up on the chat real quick. Randy, let's look at call if you can, bro. Definitely got you, bro. And Eller, Milady has... Oh, okay. Eller's giving us an update. So Milady has 273,671 picks on futures. And how much is the number 2? If you can, what's the number for number 2? Like as far as how many votes? What's the difference between 1 and 2? Let's see here. Jupiter or Crypto James said, I heard Jupiter was fixed on Solana today, and 2 of my Solana picks are both pumping right now. Mew and Baby on Solana are both pumping right now. Nice. And Bailey, what's going on? So it seems like everybody's having a solid day today in the market, right? Isn't it crazy? The last week and a half, it hasn't been like we're down, but it's been boring, right? But you can see out of nowhere, right? We start having a solid day, and you can even hear it in my voice. It's like the hype is back, right? And this is what I always try to tell you guys. Even through the thin, you gotta always remember whenever we're in boring time or the markets aren't doing the best, you gotta take it, take what we're getting, and just keep eating those dips, because when it's good, right? And the markets are moving fast, it's a good feeling. So let's someone wanted to check real quick what call on Chronos is doing, so let's pull that up real quick. It looks like they are up technically about 20% for today, so not too bad whatsoever. Call was having a little bit of a rundown yesterday, and I did miss this drop right here. I said I was going to buy if it added that 0, and another move I missed for on call. Let me see if it'll give me this percent on what it moved. I don't know why the deck screener does this. It will not give me. I bet you if we go down, it will. Let me see. Yep. All right, so it's up from this move down here to where it's at right now is about 24%. So nothing too crazy, but it is a solid move, right? Solid move. I'm going to stretch this out, and I'm still going to run with, for right now, you guys know I'm not bearish on call, but this is going to be the trend line, right? We need to break above this trend line and find some support above this trend line, right? For us to really start seeing a nice breakout, because technically we are still on this downward movement right now, even though we're up, technically about 20% in the last 24 hours. So call doesn't look bad. The volume, like I said yesterday, the volume was down like crazy yesterday. Looks like it's kind of in the same position. And again, looking at the wallets, it looks like the same wallets are buying in once again. So, I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold this up, as far as them buying and selling. But for right now, it's not looking too bad, I would say. Around $10 million market cap. So, not looking too bad. All right, so they said number 2 was 227,928 with a difference of 45,743 for Milady to the second place. Okay, thank you so much, Eller, and whoever else was giving us the update. Appreciate that. So we're technically still up on the futures for Binance for Milady. We're up about 45,000, a little over 45,000 votes. So we're holding strong. But I will tell you that gap has thinned out a little bit. So I don't know if we're starting to fizzle out as far as people voting in. And I don't blame them, right? Because every vote costs $1. Every vote costs $1. When are they going to end the damn contest? It's like, holy crap. Adam, I appreciate you going to check. I really do, man. BP said, gang, we're live in here. What's going on, bro? Eduardo, Dog Elon dropped news on runes. Is that positive for the project? Well, what was the news? We need to look into it and see. But I think any news right now for Dog Elon is going to be good, right? Because what have I been saying for the last freaking... Every time you guys ask me to pull up Dog Elon, I'm like, nothing's changed, right? I was like, they need to do something. And they need to do something fast. You guys remember earlier I was talking about this project, Suku. I freaking sold out at like 25 cents, and look where it shot up to. I told you they were watching the stream. It shot up to 30 cents. They were watching the stream, I told you, and they were waiting for me to sell off. And they freaking pumped it they pumped it like an extra like 30% after I sold. So it is what it is. But definitely nice run up. It was like when I sold it was up like over 100%. So can't be mad about that, right? I forgot about me doing that earlier. So BP said, "Fudd, can you do a fib retracement for me so I can see if I'm doing it right?" BP, I got you, bro. What project are you speaking of? Call? Let me know. I'm waiting for your comment, dude. I'm waiting for your comments, bro. Metallica said, of course, no notification this time. Bro, it is happening for everybody. I don't know what's going on. Everybody keeps saying that there's no notification whenever we go live. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that. All right, well, I guess let's just jump in. Let's jump in on some projects that people are asking for. Let's see here. So who was first on asking me? Yeah, BP wants to see fib retracement on call. So let's do that. Let's do that real quick. So BP, you already know, bro. So we're going to start from the bottom. I'm going to start from the bottom where it pretty much started. And I'm going to open it up and move to the right. And I'm going to be matching the top of the fib retracement. Right? So I started on the bottom. I opened up the fib. I move up and to the right. And I want to make sure that the top of the fib is at the all-time high. And the bottom of the fib is at the low. Right? So, and bear with me. You guys already see I have like a bunch of lines. Those are going to be all support levels and stuff like that. You guys know my madness. But you guys can see for call, one thing I will say about the fib retracements is for DeFi, I say it's like 60%, relevant, right? On if you're looking at like Bitcoin and like the traditional markets, fib retracements go a long way. When you're looking at fib retracements on DeFi, if you notice how I never put a fib retracement on here, and the reason is because DeFi does what it wants to do, right? If there's going to be a big jump or a big dump, DeFi is going to do it, and it's not going to respect these fib retracement lines as much as you would see like a traditional project on the market. It is what it is, So that's why I don't really use fib retracements on DeFi. That's just my personal preference. I don't really use it, but just showing BP. So remember the bottom, open up the fib, and you're going to go all the way. You're going to go up and to the right, and make sure the top of the fib is pretty much lined up with the all-time high, and then you have the bottom right here, and then you can kind of go from there and see where you're at. But you can see we bounced off the 618. 618's big support. We didn't drop all the way down to the 618. You can see we kind of bounced right before the 618 and started to go on a run. So all right, so let's see what projects are we looking at here, guys, and then we'll jump into some news and stuff like that. Real quick, while I'm pulling everything up, make sure you guys hit the likes. We got like 40 people here and only 19 likes. Come on. Come on, bro. Throw me a bone here. Nigo, what's going on? Rosales said, can you check? Oh, yeah. Is that the project you brought up in the Discord? I don't even know if I should say that on on the airwaves. They might come get me. Oops. Spelled that wrong. Yeah. So I will say catchy. It's a catchy project. The only thing that I really can see with this is you can see it has that initial run. Right? It has that initial run. Why is the chart so zoomed in? All right. All right, sorry. So you can see, so we obviously, I'm not going to be able to map anything out. This project literally just went live like a few hours ago. How old is this thing? Yeah, 3 hours. So you can see that initial Solana pump, and you can see a retracement as of now. A lot of people that jumped in early are taking profits. So the one thing I would say is pretty much, and I'm going to mark it, remember, take these lines with a grain of salt because DeFi will do whatever the hell it wants. But I'll say where it bounced is going to be some support. So if this is a project that you're destined to jump into, anything under this 12.5, anything under the 12.5, I think will most likely you'll see something like where it comes down and then it goes on another run, right? Because like I said, 3 hours, the liquidity is not terrible. Market cap is still relatively low. So, I mean, if this is something you want to jump on, check out under the 12.5, I think is a good buy zone if you're not already in on it. But just be careful, right? Because it's a little gimmick project that, I don't think is going to have really long-term effects, but who knows? Bailey said that's going to be good 50x if Binance lists in Milady. Oh, yeah. Google said it's supposed to last 30 days. Yeah. 30 more days, Adam? He's talking about the Binance future contest for Miladies. I mean, we've been going for what? It feels like 2 months now we've been running, so. Muhammad, what's going on? What's going on? And congratulations. He said he's celebrating. I don't know if I missed. Don't get mad if I missed. Is it Eid? Is that what you guys celebrate? Eid? Ed? Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with, but congratulations, bro. I hope you had a great day and enjoy your celebrations. What do I think about ARB Doge AI? Hold on. What's the, because I remember this is on Arbitrum, right? But for whatever reason, when I put ARB's Doge, it comes up on Binance. I remember we had this issue last time. What's the do you know what the symbol is? Let me see, maybe if I need to. Oh, this is it right here, right? Yeah, AI. I think this is it right here, right? I believe. Oh, nice. Muhammad just gifted somebody a membership, and Metallica finally is in the green. Finally, Metallica, make sure you say thank you to Muhammad, bro. Good job, Muhammad. We appreciate that, brother. Okay, so you said, so Eid is what I would say. Nice. Learning something. That's awesome, bro. What do you guys do for your celebrations? Do you guys do you get together with family? Do you guys do you just celebrate music, gifts? What do you guys do? Bailey said, I want to join. Bailey, you'll get it. Remember, you got to go into your settings, though. If you're waiting for someone to gift you one, you have to go into your settings, and you have to make sure that you have where you can accept gifts, is what Justin was saying. Family gathering gifts, nice. Hell yeah, that's nice. I mean, regardless, it doesn't really matter about the gifts, but really just the family gathering and stuff like that, right? I tell you, as I've gotten older in life, and I'm not even, I'm in my 30s, but I do appreciate just getting together with the family, and just celebrating life, right? Regardless of whatever it is, because not to get all mushy on everybody, but you never know, right? You're celebrating with people one year, and the next year people could be gone, So I think any kind of occasion that brings family together is a plus in my eyes, right? And that's I honestly, I'm telling you guys, I love the holidays and anything that just brings gatherings, because like I always say, you never know, next year could bring something where maybe one of your loved ones aren't there anymore. So gotta enjoy it while we're here, right? Get this money and enjoy your family, right? Muhammad just gifted another one, and now Tim got it. Bailey's over there fuming right now. Yeah. Bailey, we got you. Don't worry. So real quick for this AI Doge, what I will say is that you had this beautiful run up, and since then you obviously have seen a big retracement. It looks like you're bouncing off the 786 right here. You're bouncing off the 786. Looks like, I'm not even going to say that it is, but we could possibly, I was going to say maybe a W pattern, but it really doesn't look like it. I'm not even going to call that. Like this right here was a W pattern, right? And it went to the upside. I can't say this is a W pattern, but it does look like it's on a little bit of a pump. So the only thing I can say is you're probably going to see possibly, if it can break right here, because you can see this spot, and I'm going to mark it real quick, has been a spot for some resistance for right now. Somewhere around this area right here, you can see, only because we've bounced, the last two bounces has hit its head exactly at this 52. I think that's going to be a spot that you're going to want to watch. If you break that 52, obviously we're going to probably see you come approach. I believe that's the 618. It is. That's going to be a big spot to find some support. Obviously, while you're under it, it's going to be some resistance. So, but the one thing I do want to point out is that you can see you have been on a downward movement, right? You're making lower highs each time. So definitely want to hold this 786 and start watching. You want to be looking for some big moves as far as finding support and breaking some of these lower highs, right, for us to get bullish on this project. But doesn't look bad. Liquidity's there. The market cap is solid at over $3 million. So if this is long term, I think you'll be all right. Just take advantage of these dips and just keep dollar cost averaging in. Anything under the 786, I would say, is a good buy. Crypto James just gifted somebody else a membership. Good job. And Julio got it. Make sure, who got the other one? Tim, listen, I know you probably don't talk a lot in here, which is no problem. But make sure you say thank you to Muhammad, bro. And James, let's see here. Julio, make sure you guys say thank you so much. You guys are getting gifted these memberships, and now you have exclusive perks as far as your name's obviously green. You have emojis, exclusive emojis, but the big thing that I say is the big winner is you guys get to come join us every weekend on the members only stream. And, we learn anything that you want to learn as far as being a better trader. And we had an airdrop, 2 weeks ago, and everybody got airdropped $15, around $15, right? The price was fluctuating, so by the time you got it, it was like $15, maybe $14.95, something like that. But every member that was with us got airdropped our project $15. So Troy said thank you in advance. Oh, I thought you were saying to the next person that got gifted. I was like, there you go. Doxy, what's going on? Said first time here. What's going on, dude? How are you doing? Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe, bro, and welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam. Let me see. Let me make sure I caught up on everything. So Sig said, I'm loving Milady. I've been buying since day one, over 250 billion. Best decision ever. Damn, bro, you got 250 billion. That's a bag right there, bro. You're swimming with the big dogs. We have a couple other people in here that are in your realm as far as holding on to that much. That's a big bag right there, bro. So that's great. Bailey said, I'm fuming right now. We got you, Bailey. I don't know if you've done it, but you have to make sure you go into your settings and make sure you set up that you can accept gifts. Oh, look, Bailey became a member. There we go. Mission is complete. There we go, Bailey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There you go. Don't worry, we're gonna have. Listen, I've been talking to the devs, and they're probably like, "Wait, what?" We're going to probably have another airdrop in the next few weeks, right? So we just had this last airdrop. We're going to have another airdrop in the next few weeks. So we'll definitely keep you guys informed on what's going on with that. All you will need to have is a Solana wallet for you to be able to accept the airdrop. So we'll talk about that a little bit further on. That's going to be in a few weeks down the road just because we just had one 2 weeks ago. So definitely look out for that. Now, let's see here. Eller said, Tim said, thank you, Mohammed. There you go, Tim. Good job. Eller said, Binance recently listed 3 tokens, Metis, TNSR, and Saga, that participated very little amongst the other tokens on Binance futures. Next, I think the listing follows only their will. And like I keep telling you guys, don't stress about the futures and don't stress about Binance listing, right? It's going to happen. It will happen, all right? Trust me, we have been number 1 on that list for the last, weeks. We're killing it. We're killing it. The only thing that I will say is what I keep telling you guys is we need to just naturally just keep building as a community for Milady, right? Market cap right now under $150 million. We're so small as far as, market cap and stuff like that. We're going to organically grow, and we're going to keep growing. And I guarantee eventually we're going to be listed on Binance, and hopefully not just Binance. Hopefully we get listed on Coinbase as well. So all I can say is just keep dollar cost averaging in, keep adding to your bags, and just let everything play itself out. It will eventually, right? So, and when it does, we're all going to be in here celebrating. We're all going to be in here celebrating, because we just kept eating those dips. Even if it's 4 months down the road and we get Binance listing, right? But honestly, and this is the God honest truth, I think that we're gonna honestly kill it regardless. Regardless if we get that Binance listing, I think we're gonna 100% get to our goals of over $1 billion market cap easily. But obviously, the Binance listing would help out tremendously. So let's see here. Canary said, Pooh is a no-brained. It's holding value through the storm. It will moon big time right along with Milady. Let's pull up Pooh because we were checking that out a lot. Let's see here. Pooh. This is the one that's on Ethereum, I believe, right? Yeah, it is. I never forget. I forgot who it was. I think somebody was in here and they kept saying, Pooh. Poo poo. And I'm like, bro, after the 5th time, I'm like, bro. I stopped the show for a second. I'm like, dude, what's up, bro? Why you keep saying poo poo in the comments? And I was like, if you don't like the stream, kick rocks. Get out of here. And they were like, no, bro. He's talking about Pooh, the DeFi project. I was like, oh, my bad, dude. I thought he was saying poo poo. I'm like, bro, just stop. All right. I got it. For this project, what I will say is the market cap $13 million. Liquidity's there. It's over $1 million, so it's looking good. Solid project, right? Solid project. The only thing I will say is obviously we see this double top right here that led to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe come back down and retest this 786 or a little bit under the 786, just like you did before, and it could spark you up for another run, right? So, I mean, honestly, if this is a project that you're long-term, you're kind of getting into that zone where I would just be dollar cost averaging in and just adding to my bag if this is a project that I'm believing long-term. So, but I mean, the numbers check out, doesn't look bad. And if this is a project that you're following that you believe long-term, then you're getting some good opportunities to, like I keep saying, just bring your average down if it's not down already, but to accumulate, as you are on this descending move right now, and be hoping that you find some support like you did previously at the 786, and maybe that'll start you guys off on a nice bounce. So BP said, make sure you guys hit that like. We're doing a little better. We got like 50 people here and 35 likes. We're not doing terrible. I'll take it for right now. Let's see here. If I miss any of your comments, because I'm like so behind, just ask me again, right? Just say poo-poo in the chat, all right? Poo-poo. Tim, I know you did, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate your manners, bro, and welcome to the fam, dude. Oh yeah, let me before we start jumping into the news and stuff like that, let me add the Discord real quick. If you guys are active in Discord, make sure you guys come join our Discord. We're basically on 24/7 because we have people all across the world, right? We have people all across the world that are in the community, and they're always talking 24/7 crypto, right? New DeFi projects or whatever the move is for the day. So let me go ahead and add the Discord in here. Prodigy, what's going on, bro? Why are you hitting the sad faces? What did I do? What's going on? Talk to me, Wayne. Talk to me. Troy said, how do you get a Solana wallet? So I personally like using, let me pull it up. I personally like using Phantom. So if you just go into your search on your internet and click into Phantom, you're going to go to Phantom Wallet, and you just download Phantom on whatever you're using, your phone, your tablet, your computer. And this is my favorite wallet. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by them whatsoever. This is just me generally saying I like Phantom. I really do like Phantom. They're a solid wallet to use. And for anybody to be eligible for that airdrop, obviously you have to be a member and you have to have a Solana wallet. So that's the only two things you need to do, right? Oh, and send me $1 million. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Sig, I know they mentioned staking and burning. When do you think that will start? And let's pull that up. Let's just see what if they brought up anything on there. They didn't give us any kind of time frame. They didn't give us any kind of time frame in regards to when they were going to be doing staking. So nothing's really updated on their Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm always going to call it Twitter, right? Yeah, they haven't updated anything, but I will say, at least they dropped the info. It sounded like they were doing was that they were in the middle of building a launch pad for staking and their burning. So they just, what the tweet said was just basically, that they were gonna give more updates as they move on. So nothing's been updated yet. So hopefully in the next few months we'll have something like that in place. Because I think staking particularly is going to be a big thing as far as, really what's good about staking is obviously if you stake anything on any project, you're going to get some kind of returns back, right? But what's good for the project, on the project side, is that when you're staking or you have a lot of your investors staking, that takes out a lot of the sell pressure for the project, right? That means you have a lot of people that are long-term on the project. They're staking. They're not worried about what's the fluctuations right now. If anything, they're adding to their bag, but they're not selling, right? So that's why staking is usually really good. That's why you see there's a lot of staking in Cardano, Ethereum, a massive other projects. There's just a bunch of staking, right? So Carlos said, bro, can you please check Toshi on base? Thank you. Only because you said please, bro. Just kidding. How old is this project, bro? I knew it. It wasn't loaded up all the way. There we go. So this project's been out for like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. I mean, it looks decent. Just looking at the chart right now, it looks decent as far as its move. You can see it's it ran up, consolidated for like months, and then finally started running, consolidated, went on a run, came down, made this beautiful W pattern. Look at this beautiful W pattern, and that's what basically ignited that run. You guys already know W is usually going to lead to the upside. A double top or an M is going to usually lead to the bottom, right? Or not the bottom, but towards the downside. And you can see this thing did run up, make an all-time high recently at around that 76. So the one thing that I can say is that as long as this thing can stay above the 236 right here at the 58, I think that this project's going to continue to have some nice moves. It might consolidate because this thing likes to kind of hit levels, consolidate for a little while, and then go on a run. So you might consolidate above this 236 for maybe a few weeks. Who knows how long it will be. But as long as it's staying above the 236, I would stay very bullish on this project, and you'll probably see another run easily breaking these all-time highs because, it's sitting right under the all-time highs. Market cap, $260 million, so it's solid project right there. And Base has been killing it. Oh, did I add the Discord? I did. Let me pin it to the top. There we go. So I just pinned the Discord to the top. If you guys are active, let me know. Prodigy said, now you speak to me hours later. What are you talking about, bro? Seriously. I didn't, bro. I'm so sorry if you said anything and I missed you, bro. He said you definitely ain't say to your OG family member. My bad, bro. My bad, dude. I'm so sorry, man. That's family right there. Family has problems here and there. Dylan said I have 30 billion in holding poo-poo. All right. Thanks for letting us know, Dylan. Justin said, "Hey, do you know anything about Pulse Chain?" I know the guy. I know the guy freaking just got a brain fart on who owns it. What's his name? The flashy guy. I don't really know too much. I think that they're a solid project, and I always wonder because like Pulse Chain and Hex and all them, one of them their market cap is at like $20 billion, but if you look at the top 10 projects, they exclude them out of the top projects. So I feel like they're getting shadow banned, as far as like their project, their ecosystem. Richard Hart, that's right. But I do think that the projects, I think it's a solid project, as far as what they have going. But, I don't know too much, never invested anything on them because you can't even buy any of that stuff on a exchange. So Sip said he said so you're local, you're in Tampa, I'm in Ruskin. Nice. Oh yeah, bro. I'm over in like North Tampa area. But Justin, yeah, I'm unfamiliar honestly with Pulse Chain as far as like anything more than what I just said. Anything more than what I just said, I really have never used them whatsoever. Daniel said he hit me with some kind words. He said, "You the man." Will you look at used cars on Solana? He butters you up and then he's like, hey, can you do this for me? I got you, bro. Used cars on Solana. I haven't heard anybody talk about this in a while. This is like, I literally consider this like an OG DeFi project on Solana. It's been out for 3 months, but this came out like kind of when Myro and Dog with Hat and all them were like going crazy. So let's see here. What's the market cap nowadays? 5 million. Not too bad. I would have thought it would have been more, honestly. I'm sure on the run they were definitely up there. So let me just see something real quick. First thing that I do notice is you can see, we're going to map out. So you can see right here where I just mapped out at that pretty much that 1 penny, the 1081 right there is a solid spot for some support. Solid spot for some support. And normally, if you can see, historically speaking, if you were to catch that support level as a buy, it usually will play out really well. See, you have not came down and retested that level, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if finally this thing kind of retraces, just needs to retrace just a little bit more, comes down and retest that 10. Well, now it's saying, what level was it? Yeah, the 1080 mark right there. And you can see probably a nice little run up on this project. But like I initially said, you know, I really don't hear about it much. It's almost like it's kind of it's almost like it's on the back burner. You know, as far as projects, you don't really hear about it anymore. You know, so hopefully they can maybe get to some of these support levels and kind of bring in those buyers again, and they can go on a nice run. But $5 million market cap, relatively small for Solana. So, I mean, this thing could potentially see some big moves. So, I would say anything around that 1080, or if you have the opportunity, anything under. But you can see it has not gone under. Only when it initially started was when it was under 1080. So, if you can find this thing, have the opportunity to buy anything under that 1080, it'll probably be a solid move. Nico said, when you're going to list NFK on MMF Chronos for DeFi, some coins came out for NFK and are listed on Chronos MMF. What do you mean by that? What do you mean, Nico? I mean, I got your first question. You're saying, like, when are we going to maybe bridge over to Chronos? But then the other one said some coins came out after NFK and are listed on Chronos MMF. What other projects are you talking about that are on Solana that bridged over to Chronos? I don't think there's any projects that do that have done it. Let's see what NFK. So let's see. NFK today, we're up 14%. We're not doing bad. One thing that I am liking is we have become stable, right? We've become real stable. You know, we got a lot of this fluctuation out. And what this was happening was we had a lot of people buying in, but we had a lot of people jump in and take profits, right? Take profits, so you can see almost like the swings have gotten finer, right? And you can see we're still clearly on that upward movement. So, you know, I know the volume hasn't been relatively, like today was probably our lowest day on volume, right? Nothing too crazy, but if you can see, it's been 100% buys for right now, right? For today, 100% buys for today. So, I mean, like I said, what looks like we're finally very stable with the project. We've literally had to wait for all those people, the early birds that came in that weren't affiliated with our community, that obviously aren't long term. They just stumbled across the project, bought in, you know, and they took their profits. They've since moved on, and that's why you're seeing, like, since then, the last few days, we have literally gotten very stable for now, and it looks like we're going to steadily start moving up. So hopefully that'll be, you know, what we do. And now I would say would be the time, you know, just to keep adding to the bag and let us just keep running, because I'm pretty positive that we've gotten all the bad actors out of the project, right? So we'll see how it goes, but we're definitely looking good. Market cap about a little under 600,000. You know, how old are we now? We're about 19 days old. So if you guys ever do want to check it out, $NFK no FUD koala, you guys can check it out on the deck screener, and we are traded on Radium and Jupiter swaps on Solana. So definitely doing good. Definitely doing good, guys. And then, oh yeah, you can come in over here and check out. We have our Discord. This Discord is going to link you over to the No FUD Koala Discord. So the Discord that I have pinned is for our channel. This Discord is going to go strictly to your No FUD Koala Discord. And then obviously we have our beautiful website. Shout out to Prodigy on this one. We have our beautiful website with our links for whatever you need. Live chart to buy No FUD Koala, to check out our white paper, our tokenomics, and what we have as far as roadmaps as we continue to build for the project. So definitely check that out, guys. We are doing good, and we're going to continue to build, right? We are going to continue to build. So shout out to the whole No FUD Koala gang out there. Sig said, can you look up XYO? Yeah, let's check it out. XYO. Look at that. That's a little odd. It broke out of the fib retracement, but it looks like it almost bounced right off of where I had this support level. And let's zoom out. Let's see here. Okay. So you guys know how I find my support, especially if you're a member. You know how I find my supports levels, and we mapped this out well before, and you can see it didn't necessarily hit exactly on the resistance. We wouldn't even call this support, because obviously it hasn't broke above. But you can see we've had this mapped out for a while, and I remember saying if this thing does go on a breakout, it's probably going to hit its head. And it literally came within like a hairline of where we had mapped out at the top of the fib right there. So what I will say about this project, this project did really well on the last bull run. I remember jumping in and making some good money on this. It's traded on Coinbase. So I think if you're holding on to this, hold tight. I think in the bull run, you're going to get a good opportunity for this thing to just go ballistic. Will it stay up like crazy? That I don't know, right? I don't know about that, but we did see some solid movement during the last bull run for this project. So definitely think it will happen again. You can see for right now, you're holding that 0.5 as some solid support. So as long as you can hold that 0.5, and start maybe bouncing off that, I think you'll continue to move up as far as this project. Let's check out and see what the market cap is for a project like this. So fairly low, 137 million. So fairly low. So yeah, and like I said, this is traded on Coinbase. It's probably the biggest mover, for Coinbase. So, I mean, I honestly, like I said, I think this project will do really well, with Coinbase. And I'm going to bring up this other project right now that I did the same thing on. Anything, if you guys are holding these small market cap gems on Coinbase, just hold tight. They will get their time in the sun, and they're going to just shoot off like crazy. They always do this on Coinbase. Now, they're usually short-lived, but you will see a big move. So I guarantee this is probably going to happen for this project. Now, this project that I did tell you guys that I was invested in, same thing. Project's got a small market cap. It's traded on Coinbase, and you can see out of nowhere, it's up today 122% for today. That's going to happen to that other project that we just looked at, XYO. It literally happens to like almost every small cap project that's on Coinbase. But I will say, a lot of times when they have these crazy gigapumps, they will have a drop eventually, right? I'm not saying that this project's going to necessarily go back down to these levels, but you're going to eventually see this thing start retracing. And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down and finds some support somewhere around this 19, 20 cents or around the 0.5 at around 16.5 cents. Somewhere around there, it eventually will retrace. So, and I did sell off my position today, and that's why it freaking went a little bit more crazy, because when I sold it was at like 110%. It looks like it went up another like 25% on top of that, because they're watching the stream and they were like, wait for it, and I'm on the stream like, all right guys, I'm about to sell. He sold. Pump it, pump. Yeah. Canary said, I purchased a Psycho Kitty on Crow. Nice. I think you were talking about that. The NFT. They're down from the floor price of 1K. Next bull, they should be going to 10,000 floor price. Nice. I know the Psycho Kitties do really well. Those are like the biggest ones for NFTs on Chrono, so that's dope. Let's see here. Daniel said I bought NFK holding long term. Nice, bro. Definitely nice. And then he said he bought in on for 1 cent on used car. Nice. So then you're up on that one as well too. Hell yeah. Metallica said thanks, man. Jumping in and out of the chat. Busy. Much appreciated. No worries, bro. No problems. Milady aura on Solana barely turned a day old. Solo, what's going on? Let's see here. Nico said Croac is listed on Solana and MMF, and it's a few days old. Okay. Let's see here. Let's check out that project, Croac. Because isn't that like a big ass project, if I'm not mistaken? So I'll just search it up. So about $600,000 market cap. 15 days old. Let me see. So I wonder where they were at first. Were they on Solana first, or were they on here? So you hold on here before I even speak. Let me make sure this is correct. You do know these projects are completely different, right? Croac. This isn't the same Croac that's on Solana. You do know that, right? From what I see, I could stand to be corrected, but Croac is Frog. Hold on. Yeah, but I don't see it on Solana, dude. I see there's other stuff Croac for Solana, but it's definitely not the same project. It's not the same project, but this project looks good. It honestly looks good. What's crazy is that it's been on a nice run, steadily moving, but when you go to the main screen of Chronos, it's not even on there. It's not even on there. Like, they're not even, like, they're like, you know what I'm saying? They're not, like, on the top trending for whatever reason, but you can see, I mean, the project has been steadily but surely, slowly but surely, it looks kind of like NFK, where it's kind of slowly but surely making higher lows, right? You can kind of see this is a little sloppy. Let's move this over a little bit, but something like that, where it looks like it's slowly but surely on an upward movement for this project. So definitely looks good. Overcome said Jasmy's looking strong. We'll check that out here in a minute. Can you look at Mog Coin? Let's look at Mog. I'm surprised Shares isn't in here asking about that. So kind of the same thing that we were talking about the other day when we pulled up Mog. Nothing necessarily yet, right? It's not like really going crazy or anything like that. What I will say is that, you know, it looks like this was a spot for some solid support at this 62.3, right? But you can see since then it's been hitting its head. Excuse the yawn. Oh, drink some water. You can see it's been hitting its head on that previous support level, and now it's flipped over to resistance. And then we mapped out there's another spot for some support at the 45. So only thing I could say for Mog is I think it's going to do fairly well in this bull run. Right, it's building its community, building its project. As far as right now being bullish, until this thing can break above this resistance and find some support again, for right now, I'm not going to be necessarily, you know, very bullish on the project. I want to see this break this 62 and find some support above, and then we'll start talking about being bullish and possibly another run. But until then, if you are long term on the project, not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in, because I believe this project has a fairly small market cap. I think it's around 300 million. Let's see. 231. All right. 231 million. So relatively small. Relatively small. But you know whose market cap is actually smaller than that I think is going to have even more of an epic run? You guessed it right. Milady's. You guessed it. I think Milady's is going to have an epic run, and you can see market cap is only at $147 million. So small. Let's check out Jasmy. Nico, now you're spelling it different. You're saying it's on Solana is Kronaki. All right, we'll pull it up. Let's see. Jasmy does look good. You guys always know what I say. As long as Jasmy's holding that 2 cent, I'm going to stay bullish on Jasmy, right? I mean, you can see from this local high, it's literally, what are we going to say? Maybe 10, 15% away? 25. It looks so much less. But only 25% away from this local high right here. So, I mean, it's been holding its gains really well. Back above this 2 cent mark. And you can see, remember when we were jumping up, I said, I want to see a confirmation that we're going to stay above this 2 cents. And we are steadily starting to receive that confirmation. We have 3 candles technically that have bounced off the 2 cent mark. So, looking good for Jasmy. Looks like it's setting up for a beautiful run. And I wouldn't be surprised if the market continues to look good and strong. I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about, breaking these local highs right here for Jasmy in the next few days or the next week or two. So, definitely looks good for sure. Owen said, "Is it a good time to invest in Cock and you?" We'll check that out here. Let me pull up the Crow key real quick. It's not popping up, bro. I'm telling you, you see my screen. It's not popping up. So I don't know. Nico said, "Is there some reason why Dex Screener won't access if you have a VPN on?" Well, I'm not using a VPN right here, so I mean I don't know if it's restricted in the States, but it shouldn't be. That's the pleasures of DeFi. Is it doesn't matter where you're at. If you have internet and you have access, you can trade whatever you want, right? It's not like a central exchange, so that's not what's holding me back as far as finding the project. Look it up, and there's something that maybe you're not like. There's something off that I'm trying to type in that's not pulling the project up. So, but we'll definitely, if you can find out what's going on or what I'm doing wrong, let me know. So for Cock, they're asking, is this a good time to buy? Well, I will say, you are at a beautiful spot. You can see that you've bounced off this spot multiple times, and this is the 0.5. Obviously, hindsight 2020, buying in down here would have been a better spot, right? Down here. But where you're at right now is actually a good spot as far as some support. So if the market's just like any other project that I'm going to tell you right now, as long as the markets are getting strong, getting back up to being bullish, and we're on a run, I think that buying right here wouldn't be a bad spot because you might see a big bounce. So the only thing that I would say is, like I always tell everybody, Owen, when in doubt, just DCA, right? Just dollar cost average in small amounts, eat the dip up, and go like that. Because if you dollar cost average in, I think that would be the best move, right? So if you continue to move down, you'll still have dry powder, and you can continue to eat that dip, right? If you slowly start moving up, you can even dollar cost average in on the way up as well. So, but right now, honestly, not a bad spot where you're at. If you can see, this has been since the 8th of March. So it's been the last 4 weeks. It's basically, it's his lowest point that it's been in the last month. So, like I keep saying, not a bad spot, honestly, in my opinion. So, Let's see here. Nico said Crow AK is coming on my deck screener. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You know I'm looking it up. It comes up on mine, just not the one on Solana. Crow AK. See, look, this one comes up. Is it this one right here, bro, that has no liquidity, that looks like a rug pull? Is this? It does pop up, but I hope you're not talking about this project. So let's see here. Damon said, what about Tectonic? Let's check it out. And then we're going to look at some news real quick because you guys threw me all off and I haven't been doing what our normal things are as far as checking out the news and stuff like that. Tonic. Let's check it out. So one thing I'll say about Tonic, and I'll keep it short, and this is pretty much the same thing that I said last time. Market cap for Tonic is low, right? Market cap, $30 million. This is traded on, obviously, DeFi, but you can also buy this on Crypto.com as well. Big community behind this, or there was. I haven't been following it in the last year, but there was a big community behind this. The last bull run, it did really well. It did really well. So the only thing I can say is if you're long term on this project, the bottom was right here. You're not far from where the bottom was. So buying right now or dollar cost averaging in on this project, I think would be a good time right now, my opinion, just because you can see the bottom is really not far from where you're at right now. And historically speaking, this project did fairly well in the last bull run. So definitely, if you are looking to pull the trigger and jump in on the project, or if you're already in on it and you're looking to bring your average down, this would be a good spot, good time right now. Because out of nowhere, this project will start shooting up, and you're going to see everybody on Chronos talking about Tonic again, just like it was back in 2021. Tonic did really well, so. All right, let's jump in real quick. Let's just check out the news real quick and see if there's anything worth talking about. So Coinbase UK announces Apple Pay integration and hopes to greater crypto adoption. Let's see here. Bitcoin price surprisingly strong as a hot inflation data throws Fed rate cut story into doubt. Let's see here. And this actually leads me to our next segment, guys. So let's just read here, and we're gonna pause, and I want to show you guys something. Remember, we've been checking out the Fed meetings as far as what they're thinking with the Fed easing and the rate hikes and stuff like that. We're gonna check that out here. So despite hotter than expected inflation data, Bitcoin price defied expectations and surged in value on Wednesday, even as the U.S. Federal Reserve's rate cut story was thrown into doubt. Let's see here. The U.S. Consumer Price CPI report that we mapped this morning live, exceeding the anticipated 0.3 rise. Core CPI metrics also surpassed forecasts. The news sent U.S. bond yields and U.S. dollar soaring, which we covered that this morning, as traders reconsidered their bets on the U.S. Federal Reserve's rate cut. The U.S. 10-year yield reached its highest level since November, climbing 200 basis points. Meanwhile, the U.S. dollar, the Dixie is what they call it, the DXY, surged 1% to over $1.05, also hitting its peak since November 23. Real quick, I want to jump in. So you guys remember, if you guys saw the stream earlier today, do you guys remember where the percents were at? This is going to be the Fed meetings. This is basically mapping out what investors are anticipating as far as interest rate cuts or interest rate pauses, right? And earlier, if you guys remember, we were at 97% was calling for a complete pause where there was going to be no ease in interest rates. Now, we have dropped 10%, and now there's 11.5% calling for some kind of a Fed ease at maybe around 0.5 to 1/4%. Now, why are things changing? Why are things changing? Because this right here would be very bullish. If these numbers start changing and we start seeing more of anticipation of the Feds maybe doing some kind of an ease. Well, if you really think about the numbers that came out today, remember we were forecast before the numbers came out of hitting a core inflation year over year. It's not going to be on here anymore, but year over year was at 3.7 is what they were forecast, right? We came at 3.8. We really, like I told you guys before, it really wasn't terrible. Obviously, we didn't meet the forecast or exceed it. We came a little bit higher, right? A tick higher. I was telling you guys this earlier. It really wasn't that big of a deal. It was pretty much a nothing burger, honestly, in my opinion. And that's why I think the markets brushed it off and just continued to go on their move. Because if we would have saw a CPI core report come out, forecast was at 3.7 and it came out like 4.1, that's a big move, right? Towards the bad side that we don't want to see. But the fact that they were forecast 3.7 and it came out 3.8, it was basically right there where the forecast was, and we actually hit the same number that we hit 6 weeks ago at 3.8. And I told you guys, it seems like we're getting a support level at the 3.8, and I wouldn't be surprised as 6 months or 6 weeks down the road, we possibly see a CPI report that might start trickling down, right? So the markets, you can see, they obviously brushed it off, and we continued on our run, obviously with Bitcoin being over 70,000. So, that's what I'm thinking is going on with the markets right now, and they're pretty much just brushing off because really, if you think about it, the CPI report wasn't terrible. It could have been a lot worse. It wasn't the best. Obviously, we wanted to see that 3.7 or lower, but being 3.8 really told us that inflation didn't get any worse. It just basically stayed exactly where it was 6 weeks ago. So I hope that makes sense, and I think that's why we most likely just brushed off what was going on with the CPI report for today. So, and you can see, look, they're actually looking at the same thing that we're mapping out. So as noted, the narrative took a blow following the latest data. U.S. interest rates futures market currently are now only pricing a 15% chance that the Fed cuts interest rates. Fed cuts interest rates by 0.25 basis points to let's see, or half a, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Yeah, so if they cut a quarter basis points, it would bring it down from 5.25 to 5%. Sorry, I keep getting scrambled up there, but you guys know what I'm saying here. Let's look here and let's see real quick. So this is May. This is going to be our next month's meeting. And now when we pull up, what was this article real quick? This is for June. So you guys see this morning, June was at 84 and 15%. Now it's gone up 18% now. So these numbers are probably going to continue to fluctuate as we get on. And I think the markets are still pricing in that we could see an ease in interest rates this summer. I've been hearing a lot of chatter from the airwaves saying that they're still on track to do some kind of a quarter basis point reduction on interest rates this summer. If that's the case, guys, that could be very bullish for the market. That could be very bullish, and them doing that during June would set me up, or set us up, for what I've been saying about altcoin season starting somewhere around August and September. That could be setting up the markets to where we could see something like that. So everything happens for a reason. We'll see how it plays out. Shed said, "Hey buddy, hope you're doing good today." I am. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing good likewise, bro. Canary said, did you just say buy cock because you're about to bounce? I'm definitely not buying that. Yeah. Nico said, it's not that one, it's the blue frog. Bro, Nico, how much time have we spent on this, bro? Koktashi, Koktashi, what's going on, bro? I love the name. Almost mispronounced. What's going on, bro? Rug, you made it, bro. You made it. You're 70 minutes late, but you made it, right? Better late than never. Better late than never. So just looking, let's check the other thing or the other site and see Bitcoin rebounds. We pretty much saw that. Hong Kong incoming spot Bitcoin could be a big deal. Oh, nice. You see this? Hong Kong is about to possibly pass. Looks like Hong Kong's incoming spot Bitcoin ETFs could be a big deal. Nice. When did this article drop? About 2 hours ago. So exclusive here. Hong Kong's regulators will likely approve spot Bitcoin's ETF as early as next week. Nice. That's awesome, bro. So heightened anticipation for spot-based Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. and eventual inflows supercharged Bitcoin's run to new all-time highs. And now Hong Kong regulators reportedly are inching closer to approving similar funds. News from thus far have been mostly unnoticed in crypto circles. These vehicles, however, could open up the floodgates for Chinese investors looking for a new haven next to gold and overseas real estate and stocks in which to store their wealth. Bro, that would be, honestly, if you were to see another country open up ETFs, I think Hong Kong and China, Asia, really, we'll just say the whole region, Asia, I think is a untapped region that has unlimited amount of money that could really bring in a lot more inflows on Bitcoin and the crypto market. So this right here could be a story that we're going to be hearing about a lot more. Let's see real quick what they have.
Prospectus and S1 is they start giving you comments on it. So the Bitcoin ETFs really started moving in my mind when they called us and said, oh, the SEC is going to approve.
Let me know if you guys hear this audio real quick. Let me see here.
The SEC is going to approve a prospectus and S1 is they start giving you comments on it. So the Bitcoin ETFs really started moving in my mind when they called us and said, oh,
really? You gotta hit this with advertisement right now.
This is where a Disney vacation.
Yesterday, the Department of Justice charged two Tornado Cash developers.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpit stink.
I never click
Girl,
on
that is not a secret.
Really?
That's why I use Secret whole body deodorant for.
When the SEC is going to approve.
Hold on here. Where's our Hong Kong ETFs? Bro, if they could just stop with the freaking advertisement for like 5 seconds.
This is where a Disney vacation.
Let's see here.
Will Hong Kong get a spot Bitcoin ETF? And Friend Tech heats back up. You're watching CoinDesk Daily. I'm your host, Jen Sanasi.
That was it?
I've got a secret. With Secret Spray.
Advertisement is
You can run at lunch. But it's not like you didn't. Secret. Fights 99.
When the SEC is going to approve a prospectus and S1 is they start giving you comments on it. So the Bitcoin ETFs really started moving in my mind when they called us and said, oh, here are.
All right, I give
Get
up.
a tampon. Here you go.
She deserves an upgrade to Tampax
Radiant.
Radiant. Only Tampax has a leak guard braid to help with better protection. This textured grip helps with easy insertion
and to
clean.
Ridiculous. So I guess we got to do it the old-fashioned way and just read it through, right? So Chinese investors are reluctant to invest in domestic real estate and stocks given the well-documented troubles of the country's housing market, construction sector, and equities. That, in turn, has spurred interest in alternative assets like gold. Let's see here. Notably, trading with a gold-linked ETF in China was halted earlier this week after a price premium reached 30% as investors piled into the asset trading as a record high prices. In similar fashion, there could be a significant flow of funds into BTC, Bitcoin, adding that the investment case for the largest cryptocurrency will become even more prevalent if concerns about further devolution of the yuan ramp up. Chinese authorities most likely realize that the significant portion of their citizens can be diversifying into hard assets, whether approved or not, and will probably prefer that they be in assets not related to the U.S. economy. Damn. So, they're painting out a pretty picture as far as what this ETF could do as far as being released on Hong Kong. So, I'm surprised. I know this news just dropped a few hours ago. I wouldn't be surprised if I Am George is talking about this tonight on his stream, because in my opinion, that's a big mover right there. That is a big mover, and I think, and they said that it's pretty much set in stone that they're going to be most likely approving this next week. And isn't that crazy if that happens next week? We have the halving coming up in 9 days, guys. 9 days. Something like that comes out. This could be out of the left field as far as just something that's going to start driving the market even higher. I mean, this could be where everybody, and obviously they weren't anticipating, but remember the analysts just a few months ago, talking about $150,000 Bitcoin, $250,000 Bitcoin. I mean, something like that, this big, could easily be a driver on top of everything else that we have set up for Bitcoin. I think that could be just even more of a driver for us to get to some of those levels. So, oh yeah, Nico said George is in France. That's right. He hasn't been having streams. That is right. I saw him post. He's been posting videos. Yeah, that is right. That is right. My boy's making all that money. He's like, screw it. I'm gonna go on some vacation and take his family. That's awesome, though. I Stay Hungry said, hit 10 billion on Milady. Now I will hold in DCA and more. Nice, bro. How long will it take for crypto to cool down after the Bitcoin halving? So historically speaking, and I don't know if we're in those times right now because everything's been kind of different, but historically speaking for the halving, normally what happens is Bitcoin will run up pre-halving, right? It'll be somewhat of a sell the news event. 4 weeks, maybe 2 to 4 weeks after the halving and the sell the news event, Bitcoin's usually making all-time highs. So that's the time frame that normally it runs, right? This time around, Bitcoin has already made all-time highs. Do I think it's going to continue? Most definitely. But what I'm saying is it's hard to base previous 4-year cycles with this one, because this time around it's just so much different, being that we have so many more people in the market, right, than we did just 4 years ago. We have the ETFs that are really moving the market, a lot more than what we anticipated, so with that being said, and then now with that news that we just broke as far as possible ETFs, most likely ETFs being dropped to the Chinese market, I mean, that right there, I'm telling you guys, I don't know, let that set in. That's very bullish. That is very bullish. And one thing that I want to point out that I'm looking at right now is, look at this W pattern that's formed for Bitcoin. You guys see this W pattern? That's a freaking W pattern right there, guys. Look at this. Beautiful art. Beautiful art. But look at that W pattern. I need to change on here. I need to is it the highlighter that? Nah. Let me delete that. I feel like my drawings aren't that good anymore, guys. What do you guys think? I'm always thinking I'm this inspiring artist, but it doesn't feel like it anymore. Doesn't feel like it anymore, guys. But you guys can get the gist. It looks like we formed some kind of a W pattern right here. So we'll see how that plays out. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you guys, these next few days we start really running. So Oh, he's at the SUI conference. Nice. Doing big things. Canary said, I think this bull run lasts at least 2.5 years straight. That'd be epic. If we were on a bull run for 2 years straight, that would be epic right there. Let's see here. Yeah, close to this time on the last halving, Litecoin was already over $250. What is Litecoin doing nowadays? Still struggling to break that $100. You don't really hear much about Litecoin. You really don't. Fun fact, you guys know Litecoin is like a fork off of the Bitcoin. Isn't that crazy? Litecoin's actually a fork off of Bitcoin. Amor said everything is literally on point with the having, dumping, and then boom, here we go. We didn't even check the bubbles today, guys. Let's see here. So, looking at the bubbles for today, you guys can see we have a mixed breed today. V-Chain coming up 5%. Sui's down, even though there's that conference. Sui's down 4%, which really doesn't matter, right? Athena still running. Let's pull this project up. Oh yeah, didn't I add it to my watch list, or did it tell me I couldn't add it? That's the case. I'm going to hold on here. That's what we're on right now, right? So what is this? Oh, I'm sitting here going to the wrong Bitcoin chart. That's crazy. I think TradingView is trying to tell me that I have too many saved on here. Let's see here. Athena. Yeah, it's telling me I have too many. Bro, if they ask me to upgrade one more time, so I'm going to need to delete something on here. So let's delete that. Mavia, we don't talk about. Let me pull up. It's not that chart. There it is. So it's Tether. Bro, what's going on? They like won't add. It's so annoying. I swear they keep having me to upgrade, and it's like, oh, well, now you need to upgrade more. So Athena's been killing it lately. This project has been killing it, honestly. You guys can see this project just dropped recently, and it has been continuously making new all-time highs. This project's been absolutely killing it. Up 20% for today. Ordinals is up 6%. Pepe 1%. Venom, don't know anything about that project, up 8%. Neo Beam is up 7%. Where's Gala? I told you guys, Beam and Gala are having a fight from hell. Gala's down 1.4%. Doge is back up 6%. Let's see what Doge is actually at. Around 20 cents. Doge has really been hugging that 20 cents for a while. It's really been holding that 20-cent mark. You can see it's hitting its head. What is that? The 382? 786. So you can see it's really been hitting its head at this 786. It broke above briefly, but it has not found support above the 786. And you guys can see it did run up beautifully right here on our resistance at 22.6. Hit its head, got rejected. Until Doge can find some support above 786, it's not really going to go on this massive run. But I think it is setting up for a nice run. So What do you think about Rari coin? Excuse me. I feel like we had this a chart up for this. Maybe we didn't. Really no point of even doing a fib retracement, but I don't like this fib. Hold on. So what I will say about the project, regardless, you can see that you did run down. Obviously, recently in the last like few months, you've obviously hit the bottom, and you can see you are on a nice run. As far as mapping out a fib retracement, I'm like looking to see, because I do not like the fib retracement that we just had. So we'll do a smaller fib. Hold on. All right, so we'll run with this fib for right now. So you can see, since that bottom, it has gone on a beautiful run. It has gone on a nice run. It looks like it's been very bullish as far as making these big spikes, retracing another local high, retracing another local high, and you can see it is retracing. If this thing can stay above the 236 at around $4.80, we'll call it, I wouldn't be surprised if it can maybe get a bounce at the 236 and continue on this upward movement. It looks like it's been beat down to hell, right? I mean, you can see this thing at one point was all the way up to what, like $50. Right now it's trading at around $5. So, I mean, definitely looks like it did really well in the last bull run. So I wouldn't be surprised if it can maybe match or get somewhere around those similar areas on this next bull run. And this is me saying I don't know anything about the project itself, right? I don't know anything about the project. I'm just going off of TA. But the market cap, very, very small. Right? Very small. Trading on Coinbase, you guys already know, I always say anything that's traded on Coinbase is going to see their shine eventually. And this project looks like it's definitely on another run, right? Hit that bottom and it looks like it's been steadily moving up. So I think this is a long-term hold, especially if you're able to catch any of these levels down here. I would just be hold on for the ride and seeing how high it can go up. Nico said, I think soon I'm going to find the Metagirl coin. All right. Canary said, sick of hearing about Shiba and Doge. New memes will replace them this year. You know, and we always talk about this. I think that, you know, they need to make way for a lot of these new meme coins like Dog with Hat and Pepe and stuff like that. And there's going to be a big list. But what I will say is, are they going to replace Shiba and Doge? I don't think they're going to replace them necessarily. I think Doge and Shiba are still going to be big, big contenders in this bull run. I mean, they held really well during the bear run, right? They still held above well over multi-billion dollars, and they're still sitting there. Shiba, I think, as of like a few weeks ago, was at around $20 million. $20 billion. You know, so they already have the run on every other meme coin as far as market cap. So yeah, it's at 16.5 billion right now. So I mean, these are big projects that you don't want to write off, you know. But what do I always say? What do you think is going to have a bigger, more of a chance for better gains? A project that's already at $20 billion, or a project that's, you know, possibly at, you know, under $1 billion? I would probably say, depending on how much hype gets behind each project, the project that has a lower market cap under that $1 billion is probably going to see better gains, right? I think Shiba and Doge are going to be the top, or some of the top meme coins as far as market cap, but I do think they're going to have to share that space with some of the other meme coins right now that are already up there, like Pepe and Dog with Hat for sure, just to name a couple of them, because they're already at like $3-4 billion as of now. Rug said, in your opinion, what's some good memes on base? You know what, bro? I'm going to be 100% honest with you, dude. I haven't been following any meme coins on base whatsoever. Just make sure if you ever, we have a lot of people that come in and ask projects about base as far as when we will look at projects, but I don't recall any of them right now. But what I will say is that base is a solid ecosystem that's really came out of the limelight recently. Obviously, base is Coinbase's DeFi, you know, and they have Coinbase behind them. They're gonna keep, you know, doing really well. And they've been killing it. They've become, I believe, like the top 5 ecosystem right now. Let's look at the volume for the daily. So 24-hour volume for Solana is 1.2 billion. Ethereum's at 2 billion. Base is at 1.75 billion dollars. I haven't seen Base over $1 billion yet. Today probably hit a record of the most volume for Base that I've seen. 1.75 billion. They had more volume than Solana did today. That's crazy. Binance, they had more volume than Binance today, bro. That right there is craziness. And Arbitrum always killing it at around $700 million. So Base, even though I can't tell you particularly any projects that are on Base right now, I think Base is a big ecosystem and they're going to continue to kill it. So Shed said 4chan. I always say 4chan. 4chan will do that. High hopes. We have a couple people in here that are big 4chan. They said something about a movie coming out on Netflix for 4chan. I don't know yet. I haven't seen anything about it, but if that is the case, that's pretty dope. Nico said, do you know anything about Mother Effer? Are you asking me, do I know a couple Mother Effers or what? What is it on? What ecosystem? Let me know what ecosystem you're talking about. Let's see here. RC said, well, hold on. Canary said, what if stocks and crypto never existed? We would all be bank robbers because what kind of maniacs for finding this beep out? People don't even know how to buy Bitcoin, and here we are uniswapping. It's true, bro. If I try to walk up to like a normal person that is maybe jumped in on Bitcoin, and you start like I've had multiple people at the gym. They're like asking me, you know, because they watch the channel and they're like, what is that Solana and all that stuff? And I explained to them about DeFi. They're like looking at me like I'm speaking a completely foreign language. They're like, and I know I'm like, I know I lost you, bro, because they're like asking me how to buy in on NFK and stuff like that. And I'm trying to explain to them. They're like, I don't know, bro. You're gonna have to do it for me. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it for you because you need to learn, right? You need to learn. But it's crazy. Oh, Mother Effers on base. Okay. And then I know somebody just asked me about call. RC, we'll bring up call right now. Let me bring this Mother Effin project up. You get that? Let's see here. There he is right here. Mother Effer. Nope, that's not it. Mother Effer. I think this would be it right here. Mother Effer coin. So this is a base project right here. So it says it's a peer-to-peer electronic mother effer or MFer system, a meme coin for every crypto mother effer. All right. So I mean, what I would say, and how old is this project? About 12 days. So fairly new. Looks like your typical DeFi project that comes out, right? Starts off, goes crazy, hits this double top. People will start taking their profits, right? And then now where you're at right now is pretty much in its natural growth mode, where right now, this is where the project's going to see if it can survive, right? It's got away from its initial launch. You're always going to have these big moves just because it's a new project. People don't even give a crap what the project's about. It's a new project. They're buying in. It's moving fast, and then they're taking their profits, and they're moving on to another project, right? Well, other than that, you have people that are coming in, and they actually look into the project, and are like, I like this long term, right? Well, now you're in this consolidation and kind of a natural growth mode. So what I did was I found this spot right here at the 57 as a spot for some solid support, and maybe you need to retest it again or a couple times for it to kind of hit that support level and then start going on a bounce. But what I would say is if you're long term, anything around this 57 would be a good spot to just be dollar cost averaging in and accumulating the project if this is long term for you. But definitely doesn't look bad. Market cap, almost $70 million market cap. So, I mean, it's a solid project. It's a solid project for sure. So, and someone asked, what do you think of Call's chart? So pulling up Call's chart. Let's see here. Is this MMF? Yeah. So we covered this earlier. It's definitely on a nice run. It's up 25% for the day. We saw yesterday it was getting beat down a little bit, but you can see it went on a nice bounce. But technically, if you look at the chart, you can see we technically are on still a downward move. And I'm gonna get rid of this fib retracement. We just did it for BP. So you can see we're still on a downward move as far as making lower highs for the project. So long term, I think they're going to do really well. They've built such a big community. They have so many people really that are involved in the project and really want to see the project move. I think long term, they're doing really well. I think short term, they're kind of just going through a little turmoil and as far as people taking profits for right now. One thing I keep saying is if you look at the buy-ins and the sells, right? There's always the same few wallets that are buying in and selling. Like today, let's look at it. This is the same wallet that I brought up yesterday, guys. Same wallet. This C4 wallet. Look at all the buys for today. Look at all the buys and sells for today. And what it leads me to believe is that these are the people that are either the devs or somebody that are involved in the project, and they're boosting the numbers. Maybe not boosting it to make money or try to take money from other people, but they're boosting it because they're trying to keep the volume high and they're trying to keep the transactions up there, right? So you can see the same people are buying in. The same wallet bought in 70 times today and 70 times yesterday, right? And why would someone want to do that? Well, like I said, they're probably either boosting up the transactions and or they're trying to boost up the volume as well. But how long are they going to be able to hold that up? And as you can see, we're clearly on a downward move for right now. So, one thing I was saying the other day was that I feel like Call need to just let it naturally drop and maybe get to some of these levels down here. And I guarantee they'll probably see a boost in the price, because it'll be where even myself would be like, ooh, Call dropped all the way down to here, and people start buying in again or adding to their bags, and it just brings in that excitement and that hype as far as the project. But I think long term, I think they're going to do really well, honestly. So, Nico, you're good, bro. You're good, dude. Don't worry. Canary said, you have to go in a weird mental space to learn this stuff. I hid away from the world for months when I was learning crypto for maniacs. And let's see here. Pink said, the more you look into crypto and read and listen to YouTube experts, it gets easier to understand. Don't explain to people who are not interested. Let them do their homework. Nobody explained nothing to me. And that makes sense, right? Same thing for myself. You got to learn for yourself. I mean, yeah, people kind of helping you out along the way, but you really have to be interested in crypto, right? To know, if you tuned in onto the to the channel, if you're not familiar, you're like, what the hell is Crypt talking about, right? But all you guys understand the language, the madness, because we're all familiar with crypto. We all understand crypto, right? And what I'm getting to is I think when people are interested and they want to learn, I always will be there to explain, right? That's pretty much the type of person I am. And, I always want to just always advocate for crypto, because crypto's changed my life. I know it's changed a lot of you guys' life, so if it can change other people's life for the good, I'm definitely there to help them as far as learning in this space. So Nico just gifted 1 membership, and it looks like Hernandez was able to scoop that up. Nice. Make sure you drop that thank you, Hernandez, if you can, for OG Big Dog Nico. Appreciate that, bro. And that leads me to remind everybody, this weekend, it's already what, Wednesday? Tomorrow's Thursday. So this weekend on Saturday, we will be having our 3rd members only stream this weekend. So make sure you guys make some time. It will be Saturday morning before the regular stream. So we'll talk more about it, and I'll let you guys know, exact timing and stuff like that on the next few streams. So, but appreciate that, Nico. A lot of people got blessed today with memberships. And like I said, I'm going to talk to everybody that's on the dev team for NFK, and I'm pretty sure we're going to come to an agreement as far as an airdrop. Maybe in the next few weeks, we'll do another airdrop. It might not be as big as the last one, just because we have a lot more members this time around. Last time we had like 45, 50 members. I think we're about to hit, if we haven't already, we've hit 100 members on the channel. So we'll definitely look into that as well. So let's do an update real quick on what Bitcoin's doing, what we have, what I think is going to be happening, and for Milady as well. So right now, Bitcoin sitting beautifully above 70,000, 70,400. We'll have to see how it plays out. Tomorrow, it looks like we've painted out some kind of a W pattern. You guys can see this W pattern right here. I'm going to leave it there, and we'll see how tomorrow, let's see if it plays out. But a couple things. Remember, we read the article about the ETF in Hong Kong that's going to most likely get approved for next week. We have the halving literally in about 9 days coming out. We have some big movers coming out in the market. So today we did really well. We did fairly well in regards to the market, compared to what the CPI report came out and what we thought was going to really happen as far as how the day started off. I think we did very well. So, I'm very happy to see Bitcoin still chopping above 70,000. Really tells me that, we're definitely still bullish, and I think we're gonna see some big movement in the next week. So for Milady, we're sitting above that 20 mark, so looking good, looking fantastic. You guys can see really the dip today wasn't that big of a dip. It dipped like 5%, and it easily retraced right back to where we were at pre-dip. So Milady's still looking very strong. I'm telling you guys, I've been seeing some people coming in, not any of you guys, but we'll see a couple of these people come in after the fact, and they're like, "Oh, Milady's is done." I'm like, "Bro, kick rocks." If you have to come in on a video and say, "Oh, Milady's is done," you're emotional, and obviously you missed out on whatever. If you lost your money, you sold at a loss, or you missed out on the project. But I feel bad if you have to come in. That's like me going in on a project that I have nothing to do with and just going in and be like, "Oh, this project's terrible." Like, who cares what I think, right? Who cares what any of those people think? They're going to be the ones, like we've already seen, that are going to be looking back and be like, "Damn, that mother effer was right. Milady did kill it." Right? So you guys hold strong. I think we're going to continue to do really well. Like I said, we got big things lined up, and today just kind of brought back the excitement as far as what I think we're going to be seeing in these next few weeks, next few months, and as we move into 2024. So like I keep telling you guys, any of these little dips, just keep eating them up. And it's not just for Milady, but for any of your favorite projects. Eat those dips up, right? That's all you can control for right now, and let everything else play itself out. So Before we go, let's see here. Someone asked, Baby Dogecoin. I want to know your opinions. Honestly, bro, I don't know anything about Baby Doge. I don't know anything about it, bro. I don't know anything about it. Let's see here. Maybe I'll pull up a quick chart. Baby Doge. See here. Oh, we've looked at this project a couple times. I'm not saying I don't know about it. I've seen it, you know. I just don't really follow it much. I know it's on Binance's future, and I know a lot of times when I look up meme coins, it's usually one of the top trenders. So I think maybe in the bull run, this project could do fairly well. Looks like it has a big community behind it. You can see, obviously, looking at this local fib retracement, it hit its head right here at this 38, and right now you are consolidating at your 618. So as long as you can hold this 618, hopefully you'll do a nice little bounce, and you can maybe go on another run and break this local high right here at the 38. So, but other than that, guys, I'm going to let everyone go. I hope you guys had a great night tonight. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, right? So you can get those instant alerts. We will be right back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, guys, again, I thank each and every one of you guys for spending time with me tonight. And have a great night tonight, and I will see every one of you guys tomorrow, all right? Thank you.